Everybody, so Mars just got released and I am doing testing on the hero, so I want to just kind of know what the hero does, how the hero works and all of that stuff. And he has some new unique mechanics, right? And we want to try this out, we want to see how they works, and I'm gonna go ahead and show his abilities and do all of that stuff. And then we also got chat, and they're gonna provide ideas, hopefully, for things that we can test and you know, like kind of generally like what we can do with Mars here. So that's kind of the idea. We'll see how it goes. Anyway, the first thing, hey, Digital Pixel, thank you. What is up, dude? Appreciate it. So first of all, let me quickly show off his abilities. So Q is Spear of Mars. It throws a spear like this. Let me actually go to unequip this equivalent. So it throws a spear like this. It does damage to units it hits. Creeps get pushed away. And if you hit an enemy hero, the first enemy hero you hit will get pulled like this. Right, you see that? And it always pulls them the max distance, like off the spear. So you can see the spear travels this far, so it will pull them just a tad bit. And if I stand in front of them, then it will pull them the whole thing. Now, you can use this to throw them into cliffs and trees and such. And if you do that, they get stunned. And they get stunned for a really long duration. Like, it's actually kind of awesome. Like, it starts with 1.6 seconds, which is a good level 1 stun. There's nothing wrong with 1.6 seconds. And it goes up to 2.8. And then there's also talent that gives you another 1.5. So that's a 4.3 second stun on a pretty long range and with a pretty easy condition. So the condition is you need to hit them into like a building, a wall, a tree, something like that. And honestly, that's really easy. Like, because of the really long length of this, right? You got a really long distance. On top of that, it actually does good damage. 325. There's a talent that makes it deal 150 more damage. I don't think you should ever go for the talent, though. I think instead the 1.5 seconds just kind of seem a little bit better. So, then we have God's Rebuke. What does God's Rebuke? 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 I don't know. However you say that. Hey, Botti Caprio. Thank you for the sub. First time I actually got to see a stream. I'm glad. Glad you get to see a stream. Rebuke? Rebuke? I don't know. Anyway. So, God's Rebuke. It's an AoE effect. You shield, like basically shield slam like this. It's very fast. Comes out very quickly. It pushes enemies back. It always pushes the same distance no matter where you hit them. Right? So if I hit them with the very edge of it, it will still push them the same distance. It doesn't push very far. It just pushes a little bit. And it deals damage based on your attack damage. So it's a critical strike. It does 25 bonus damage, so that's just something that you can use in the early game to actually do damage with it. Pretty low mana cost, scales and cooldown. Pretty big AoE, honestly, right? Like, if you look at this, like... And I can see this definitely being useful for clearing creep waves and all of that stuff. Now, this hero is a melee hero, even though he has Monkey King-like range. So if we get a Battle Fury really quick, you will see that we are cleaving, right? But we also have a little bit of extra range that most melee heroes don't have. So that's kind of cool, right? We're gonna go ahead and do that, and then just kind of like slam him. You can kind of see what you're supposed to do with the hero. Now, we're gonna go ahead and send you over here really quick. And I want to try something out. Because this is what we're here to do. We're here to test. Like, I've already done a bunch of testing, but I haven't actually seen everything yet.
But hey, I'll take the 4-month anniversary.
Hey, K Kenobi. So, let's go ahead and just see how much damage this does to our nukes here. So, 2,320 HP. And we are at 1,850. Okay, cool. That's good to know. So, I'm wondering if the cleave will actually make it so that the nukes will take more damage. If this actually applies an attack, or if it just do bonus, if it just does damage based on your attack damage. So, cleave, no. So, it's not an attack. It looks very similar to an attack, but it's functionally not an attack. It's only based on your attack damage, right? So, if you get cleave, it will not cleave. I assume the same thing will be true, for example, for a Desolator. If I go ahead and hit this boy with a Desolator right here, then it does actually apply the Desolator. Huh. Okay. So it just doesn't work with cleave then. Okay, Dota's doing that thing again. They did that with Tidehunter before, which I personally think is pretty stupid. Like, I gotta say, I don't like that there's weird exceptions like this, but yeah, it seems to me like that's actually the thing. Can we click, yep, just triggered MKB. Okay, so it does actually work like an attack. It just doesn't work with cleave, which is a little sketch in my opinion, but oh well. Yeah. You know, I kind of get it, right? Because if it worked with cleave, what you would do is you would just buy a Battle Fury and then run in and boom, cleave down a creep wave like this. Like, it would just be so easy. And I can kind of see that, right? I definitely see that. But at the same time, I also think that you can just buy a Desolator and do the same thing, and it won't really make a difference. Anyhow, so that's God's Rebuke. Then we've got Bulwark. Now, Bulwark is a weirdo. So what does Bulwark do? When you attack from the front or from the side, you take less damage. From attacks, not from spells, so it's not like Bristleback, right? Bristleback just kind of takes generally less damage. But Bulwark right here blocks only damage from attacks. So if we go ahead and we have our Shadow Fiend here, right, you can see that if I go ahead and just nuke you really quick, that did... Wait, how much was that? 196 or something like that? Right, but if we turn you around, then it's the same amount. That only works on attacks. Now, there's a really cool animation for it. Like, if you get attacked from the front, it's got this blocking thing. Now, let me show you how nutty this ability is. Right, so this is the front. And let's go and figure out how big the front is. Right, so that's still the front. We're still attacking from the front. Still the front. Still hitting from the front. That's still the front. Still the front. Still the front. And we are still attacking from the front. Look at this. This is considered to be the front. Right, at this point I have to kind of like start turning this boy around a little bit. So, as you can tell, the front is fairly large. And it blocks a lot of damage. So this is still considered to be the front. This is still considered to be the front. Let's see how far it goes. Still considered to be the front. This, look at this. This is still considered to be the front. Now, you might say, wait, Balmy, you say it blocks the front and the side. It has different animations for the side. Hey, Jeremy Holmes, 99. Thank you very much. Let me show you the side animation. This is what it looks like when you attack from the side. So, it has a different animation for the front and for the side. It's just that... Wait, let's figure out. How far can we go? This is still considered to be the front. Like... So it's just really fucking large, right? Like, you can stand like this, and like it's a pretty massive angle, right? I mean, I can try to create, like, let me go ahead and create another create hero Shadow, like, sorry, Nevermore enemy. Yes, he's called Nevermore, right? So let's see. This is still the front. Okay, we are outside of the front with this boy. Is this still the front? Yes. So this is all considered to be the front. That's a pretty big front. So, that to me is already a little bit silly. You want to see what's even sillier? Alright, so let me show you the back. Right? You stop attacking for a second, thank you. So this is the back. Oh, not the back, the side. This is still the side. Okay, this is where the side stops. So let's go ahead and start working our way up. Here we go. This is the side. So we are still considered to be to the side of the hero, right? I wonder how far we can... No, that seems to be the limit. Maybe a little bit. Yep, look at this. This is how far we can go. So, let's see if we can line this boy up properly. Yeah, there we go. So this angle right here is the only angle where you can attack Mars from without Mars having damage reduction. Now, let me go ahead and make one thing clear. Bristleback's damage reduction is 40% from behind, right? This guy gets 35% from the side. Hey, Idorn... Wait, that's a weird name. Idorn Armor is stinky. Thank you for the sub, my dude. Yes, that armor is very much stinky. So this is considered to be the side. He is very hard to take down with attacks. I mean, it's just absurdly difficult, right? Softcar113, thank you very much. Right, so taking him down with attacks is just absurdly difficult because it's a 35% damage reduction. And keep in mind how large the front was. That was a 70% damage reduction. So let's go ahead and... You guys want to actually... Look, I kind of want to set up 2 more Nevermores so we can see both angles. Alright, great hero. Nevermore enemy. Alright, let's go ahead and create 2 more Nevermores. By the way, I'm not being an... like old school elitist right here when I'm typing in Nevermore. That's just how Dota has the name. Alright, we're gonna go ahead and set up 2 more Nevermores or 2 more Shadow Fiends just to kind of like see the full range of the angles to make it nice and obvious. Right, and then you can clip that and share that around to all the people that are like, oh, Mars isn't that good. Alright, wait. I need you to stop attacking for a second. There we go. That's the side. And that's still the front. So. Ah, fuck. I screwed up. Alright, let's go ahead and... that's no longer the side. Perfect. Alright, okay. So here we go. We got it. So this is the range of damage reduction that Mars gets. These two Nevermores and anything in between them, right? These two Shadow Fiends and anything in between them will have their attack damage reduced by 70%. And these two Shadow Fiends and anything between these two right here will have their damage reduced by 35%. Which is just crazy, right? Like, this guy just doesn't take damage.
Can take a punch or a million.
Hey, the Caps, hey, thank you very much for the sub, my dude. Appreciate it. Yeah, he's incredibly difficult to take down through attacks. The angles are absolutely massive, and yeah, so that's gonna be fun. Anyway, that's pretty much all we need to know about Bulwark. So, then we have the ultimate, so Arena of Blood. So Arena of Blood is actually a pretty fun ability. Here's how it works. You cast this, and then it creates this little circle here. Now, as long as you're in the circle, you actually do you get any damage? No, you don't get any benefits for being in the circle. I have a talent right here, which gives 100 HP region. That's a level 25 talent. But other than that, you don't get any benefits for being inside of the circle, right? But that doesn't mean the ability is bad. Here's what the ability does. Enemies inside of the circle cannot leave the circle. They will get pushed out like this, right? As you can see, and then when they get pushed out, they take damage. There's some fun stuff you can do with this. You can go ahead and create the circle, and then you throw the spear, which will pin them into the wall, at which point they will get attacked by the soldiers in the wall without pushing them out. And then the last hit after the stun wears off is when they will actually get pushed out. Let me go ahead and give this a second to refresh. There we go. And then we go ahead and throw them in there. Alright, so stun lasts forever. During the stun duration, they don't get thrown out, but then they get pushed out, like so. Alright, cool. Makes sense. So, there are some other restrictions and then some things I want to test. Gift pods item dagger. There we go. We're going to go ahead and gift pods item dagger. Did that work? No? Okay. Gift pods item blink. There we go. Now we got it. Alright, so here's our ultimate. Blink just kind of works, right? Like, you don't need to worry about blink. Hello, what are you doing? Can you leave my hair? What's wrong with my hair?
People are like, what's wrong with his hair?
Can you leave my... Thank you. Alright, goodbye. Okay, so go ahead and enable all vision really quick. So, that's right, here's the ultimate, right? Now, if you're outside of it, you can't get in. You just can't go in, right? So, that's a really big restriction here. Enemies cannot go in and enemies cannot go out. Allies, however, can just walk in and out freely. Like, that's totally cool. You don't need to worry about that. That is, however, not the only thing this does. So, it has some other fun properties. Like, for example, it blocks attacks. Ranged attacks, that is. So you can see that this Shadow Fiend right here, they attack me, they attack me, they attack me. I cast my ultimate, and now their attacks don't reach me anymore. Cool. Alright, so that's pretty powerful. That's definitely something we can use. So, it blocks paths, it blocks projectiles. Now, this is something that we need to figure out what projectiles it exactly blocks. Like, for example, does it block rays? I imagine it doesn't. Yeah, it doesn't. It doesn't block range because rays isn't exactly a projectile, right? But, for example, would it block impale? Let's go ahead and try that out. And, nope. Doesn't block impale. Right? So, it says right here, it blocks enemy attacks. So, probably only actually blocks attacks. Now, I know you will be like, oh, Barmy, it says that on the ability. Guys, you guys know that you can't trust the abilities, right? Like, the abilities or the descriptions aren't always super accurate, right? So, that's why we gotta test this stuff. Alright, so, I'm probably gonna have to quit this really quick and just restart the demo because I can only summon 5 enemies without it starting to get weird. But don't worry, this is really quick. We'll go ahead and level up to max, create hero, venge, enemy. So there we go, we've got ourselves a vengeful spirit. We're gonna go ahead and get ourselves the magic missile, cast an ultimate. Oh, no, don't kill her. Okay, whew. Alright, it's a little bit unfortunate, sorry. Sorry, Wrench, I feel bad. Wait, let me give you a heart really quick. There we go. Now you feel a bit better about it, right? Okay. So let's go ahead and do 3 spells. Alright, so there we go. Does it block magic missile? No. So it does seem to really only block attacks. Right? Like that's what it blocks. It blocks attacks. So that's good to know. Now, that is not the only thing it does block, however. Right? And this is actually really important. Because it also blocks movement. And we already tested movement earlier. But we didn't test all possible movement. So what about swap, for example? Blink. Blink worked. Swap. Okay, cool. Swap works too. That's not really a big surprise. What about Force Staff? Right? Does Force Staff work? What happens if I Force Staff? Force Staff doesn't work. Force Staff gets you stuck in it. Look at that. Alright, so if I Force Staff, and I cannot Force Staff through. Doesn't work. Cool. That's good to know. What if I'm already inside? Can I Force Staff out? No, but you kind of get like pushed back immediately. Yeah, you just kind of get bounced back immediately. So Force Staff doesn't help, doesn't work. It's just not that useful. What else do we have? We have Earthshaker is an interesting one. And Flying Movement is another one that we want to test. Great Hero, Earth, Shaker, Enemy. Is that gonna work? Yeah, that worked. Cool, cool, cool. Great Hero, Wyvern, Enemy, Level Bots, 25. Cool, Give Bots, Ultimate, Item, Ultimate, Scepter. There we go. Yeah, all of this has a little bit weird naming, but that's just how it is. So, let's go ahead and try some of this stuff. We got this jump. Jump works fine. Can you jump out? You can jump in and out. Perfect. Right? What about the float? Oh, cool. Flying movement. Doesn't get blocked by this. Neither in nor out. Right? And just to make sure that it's not something weird with the Winter Wyvern. Nope. Right? But as soon as I turn this on, we can just fly straight out of there. So that's really interesting. Right? That's cool to know. You guys want to see Pango? Alright, Great Hero, Pango, Enemy. And then what else? You want a Great Hero, Pudge. Great Hero. You want an Allied Pudge, right? I think you guys want to see an Allied Pudge. So that's interesting. Let's go ahead and drop one of these. Hook one of these boys in here. Oh, that works. Pudge works. And it immediately hits them as well, which is nice and powerful. Nightstalker Ultimate will work. Batrider Ultimate will work. Right, the only thing that is like unique about Winter Wyvern's Q is that it's flying movement. And flying movement is not like a unique property to Winter Wyvern. Batrider has it. Nightstalker has it. Both those units have flying movement, and they will also be able to move in and out freely. Right? We don't even need to test that, but if you guys want to, we can do that in a second. Right now, I'm still working on some other stuff. So, we have that. Now, let's go and try out Pangolier. Our bots 25, so we got ourselves the good old Rolling Thunder, which is a pretty nice ability, right? Pretty powerful. Let's see if it's more powerful than this one. Oh, it is! Look at that. That opens up a new question. What about Pango Ultimate made it so that he didn't get blocked, right? And also Swashbuckle and also Shield Crash. Damn, Pango has a lot of movement abilities. Alright, Swashbuckle. Swashbuckle doesn't work. Shield Crash, I imagine, will work. Yeah, there you go. Because it's flying movement, right? You're jumping over it. You're flying moving. While this right here is just a dash. Doesn't work, right? Shield Crash is a little tricky because you have such little range to work with there. But as long as you just hit inside of the... You want to just kind of jump on top of these little buildings here. As long as you do that, you'll be fine. So, here is another interesting thing. Give bots, item...
Phoenix Icarus Dive and Laser.
Black. There we go. Alright. So, what about this boy? Oh, you can just walk out. So, it's actually not Pangolier's movement that lets him walk in and out. It's actually magic immunity that lets him walk in and out. Cool. Good to know. So, magic immunity doesn't get pierced by this. I mean, it says pierce the spell immunity. No, but you never know. Right? This could mean that the damage doesn't pierce spell immunity and the pushback still happens. Like, this doesn't mean anything. Anyway, hey, to be or not to be. Thank you very much for the sub, my dude. Phoenix, Icarus, Dive, and Laser. So, Dive, I imagine, will not work. And Laser, I imagine, will work. But let's go and try Phoenix. Great hero. Phoenix, enemy. Cool, 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 cool. There's my bad boy. Level bots. 25. Let's go and get Laser. And let's go and get Icarus Dive. Cool. Ultimate, Icarus Dive. So Icarus Dive doesn't work as expected. And Laser. Wait, how do I move with this? Oh, shit. I don't play a lot of Phoenix. Oh, okay, well, 1 second. I'm sorry, I don't play Phoenix very much. Alright. Oh, Laser doesn't work. I'm actually surprised by this. Okay, this makes me want to test our flying movement. This actually makes me want to test our flying movement. Alright, let's go ahead and create a hero. Bat. Oh, that's actually... Sorry. Create hero. Bat Rider. Enemy. Oh, yep. Can't create any more enemies. Yeah, again, it starts being a little bit weird after a while. Like, you used to be able to do that, where you could just create as many enemies as you want, but you can't do that anymore. I don't know why. They just decided to remove it. Hey, Captain Bobby No. Thank you very much for the sub. Wait, I level up to max. There we go, sorry. Alright, create hero. Bat, enemy. So, I imagine Bat will still work. I have actually very little doubt about this. Yeah, Bat works. Alright, so Phoenix is just a weird exception then. Right? Like, Night Stalker will work, Bat Rider will work. Phoenix, I guess, just doesn't have flying movement. Right? I guess just doesn't have flying movement. And then, any sort of Blink, Storm Spirit will work, I can promise you. Queen of Pain, Anti-Mage. We tried Blink Dagger, right? And Queen of Pain and Anti-Mage are Blinks. You cannot interact with Storm Spirit during the ultimate, so he will work, guaranteed. Mirana Leap. Mirana Leap probably doesn't work, I would have to guess. Great hero, Mirana, enemy. Right? But we should try it just to be sure. Oh, it does! She does get flying movement during it. Huh, didn't know that. Yeah, it seems that Miranda does actually get flying movement during Leap. So, turns out that does work. Yeah, Dota is just a little weird like that. Cool. Morphling Wave, anything that makes the unit invulnerable will work. Morphling Wave will guaranteed, like, is guaranteed to work. Because you cannot interact with Morphling during the wave. Just doesn't work. Spectre. Okay. I can see you guys are quite keen. Create hero. Spectre. Enemy. I don't think Spectre will work. I would be surprised. Because she doesn't get flying movement, but yeah. She just gets, like, free movement over terrain, but she doesn't get flying movement. So Spectre doesn't work. Cool. Sand King, yes, Sand King is again invulnerable, so that will work. So invisibility is something you guys want to see. Alright, we can do that. Create hero, Ricky, enemy. So we've got our Ricky. We're gonna go ahead and make him invisible. And we gotta be kind of careful here so we don't lose our Ricky. It's gonna be invisible in a second and it'll just disappear. There we go. Yep, he still gets pushed back. Yeah, I've done a lot of work with these bots. Like, don't worry. Like, I know all of the weird tricks, but you actually lose track of them. So Ricky does go invisible. Now let me go ahead and put a stop to the whole, like, let's test every single hero on the game thing really quick. Let me show you something fun. Wait, give bots item hard. So, gotta make the bots a little bit tankier. So, this hero has some fun things to him, right? So, first of all, I think Blink Dagger is gonna be absolutely essential. Then, Etherlance is actually a little bit disappointing. So, let me go ahead and show you something. Let's go ahead and try to increase the range of Spear of Mars. Right, you would think this ability could have its range increased. So I'm going to go and just shoot at this Miranda. I'm going to try to get into a position where my spear just barely doesn't reach her anymore. Yeah, so you can see the animation still kind of connects, but it doesn't actually hit the Miranda. Oh, actually it just moved forward a tiny little bit. Alright, so spear doesn't do damage anymore. Cool. So if I now equip Benevolence, which gives me 250 additional cast range, I should hit her. Right? That should work. But it actually doesn't. The cast range increase only increases the area in which you can cast it, but it doesn't actually increase the distance of it. Which is kind of disappointing if you ask me. Similarly, God's Rebuke only increases the range from which you can cast it. It doesn't actually increase the AoE or the range. So, as much as this hero actually has mana problems, because he only got 1.4 int gain, and I don't believe he has any mana gaining talents, no. Evolence is actually probably not that great of a pickup, but there are some fun things you can do with Evolence. So first of all, I would actually still argue that maybe Evolence could be an item for this hero. So first, you've got the arena. With Evolence, you can actually cast it while being outside of it, which doesn't seem that useful, but I'm sure something will come up where this will be useful, right? Like, I don't know what use this has, but it might become useful. So that's something you can do. Also, it helps with Blink Dagger. So I think the way this hero is going to be played is very Blink Dagger heavy, right? You can blink and then throw the spear, right? That's just kind of like awesome because you do that and then boom. Just kind of like clashes them into a wall. It's nasty. Also, I just pushed this guy down a cliff and didn't actually get a stun on him, which is weird. What? If a Screwed Hero hits a tree, building, or cliff. So, it only works upwards. Doesn't work downwards? Okay. I guess. I mean, that's weird. But I suppose it kind of makes sense. Like, the thing is, like, it's a little weird, but fair enough. That kind of makes sense. So, alright, cool. So you want to make sure that you hit people up with it, right? But, like, the thing is that this right here is pretty strong. Right? Like, this is pretty strong. Hey, Dion DF. Yeah, thank you. I will check Echo Saber really quick. So we've got also the Echo Saber. So if I do this... Oh, I actually need to turn off free spells. So it doesn't seem to actually do anything. Alright, can you creeps fuck off? Okay. I'm gonna... Can the creeps fuck off? Alright. So this is Echo Saber. So you get 2 hits Echo Saber. Cool. This right here honestly shouldn't trigger Echo Saber. It doesn't. So there seems to be no issue. And this right here has nothing to do with attacking. So it won't trigger Echo Saber either. Alright, so that's pretty strong. What's also really strong is that this says it has a formation delay. Right? But the thing about the formation delay, it's actually not a cast point. It's just a delay on the ability after the ability has been cast. Which means that you blink in and you can cast this pretty much instantly. Right? Like, that's the thing. You can do this. And that's really nice. Like, there is a short delay on the ability actually being active, but there's no delay on casting the thing. And that's very powerful. Also, and here's the really fun part. This is what I've been looking forward to. Right? So here's the funnest thing you can do with this hero. Alright? So you cast this. You get a refresher, activate your refresher and all of that. And what you do is you want to try and hit them with the edge of it. Right? And then you cast another one. Then you do that. Which that's just a quality experience for everybody. I think that is just what we're looking for, really. Alright, so you do that. Oh, but you gotta be pretty precise. If you, like, mess it up, then... Oh, kind of screwed it up a bit. Hey, McKay123. Thank you very much for the sub, my dude. Appreciate it. Death by Venn diagram. Nice. Yeah. So you just kind of, like, throw this and this. Ah, goddammit. It's kind of rough. And, like, this is actually where I think you need the Etherlens. Without Etherlens, this is going to be really tricky to pull off. Like, without Etherlens, I think this is a hard one. But, let's go ahead and try again. So we want to do this and do the second one like so. So you don't need them to be, like, perfectly overlapped. So the question is, are they stunned during this, actually? Alright, I need... Give heroes... wait. Give bots item black. Alright, I need one of you bad boys really quick. Okay, let's go ahead and try to do our circle. Although I actually need to wait until this thing wears off. But yeah, let's try to do the double circle. And then try to activate BKB while we're in there. Alright? Oh yeah, it's very easy. Okay, you're not stunned during it at all. You're just not stunned during it at all. Don't worry about it. You can just BKB out. So... Yes. The ultimate is completely countered by BKB. Alright? It's also kind of useless against Batrider. Specifically, weirdly enough. Right? Like, that's just like a weird thing about him. Where it's just useless against Batrider. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Alright, so is there anything else weird that we want to test out? Battle Fury doesn't cleave, but all of the other effects apply. We did that earlier. Try Lich if you can pull people in. Alright, great hero. Lich. Alright, level bots. Bots to 25. Okay, we've got all this Sinister Gaze here. And we pull you in. Nope, doesn't work. I can't pull people in. I imagine the more fun part is pulling people out anyway. Alright, like, isn't this more fun? Although it's not very good, it seems. So yeah, I guess that's just kind of how it works. What is the hero's main strength? Like, what's gonna make him good? What is he gonna do? Well, I think his biggest power, his most powerful ability is the Bulwark. Alright? Bulwark is amazing. Ethereal 11, thank you for the sub. Bulwark is amazing. But I think the main use of the hero is actually going to be this. This right here is going to be the main use of the hero. You want to blink Q. Right? You blink in, throw the spear, throw the enemy into your team, or throw them into a tree and stun them forever. The stun duration is nutty, 2.8 seconds. Just without the talent level 20, you get 4.3 seconds. Right? You blink in, do this, just insane. Right? Super powerful ability. Super, super powerful ability. And then you've got the God's Rebuke, which I think is going to be mostly a farming tool. You know, maybe something the hero will get a little bit of damage for, but I don't really see that happening. I feel like this is something that is more going to be used for a little bit of combo with the ultimate, you know. Right? Like, you kind of... you can do some fun stuff with the ultimate, right? So you can, like, do this, and then you use the spear, push them in there. And then when they eventually get pushed out, you push them right back into it. Like, you can actually do a good amount of damage like that. You can see that was, what, 1,000 damage right there without really any sort of additional effects. That's pretty solid, right? It doesn't seem to have an Aghanim's effect, and, but yeah, I feel like that's Mars. So we'll see what he can do. Talents, we got 20 movement speed, 8 strength. I feel like you probably go for the movement speed most of the time, I think. Right, and 8 armor, 35 damage. I think that's going to come down to the game. Those are both really good, right? And then right here, I think you always go for the 1.5 seconds. And then we've got the Arena of Blood, grants team 100 HP, regional additional 80% crit. So 80% crit pushes this to 360%, which if you're going for some sort of like physical damage build, could actually be really powerful. This right here, this is what this looks like. You cast this, then you have this regen aura, which actually looks really lame. It just looks like fucking... Like, it just looks like, what's it called? A health potion, which is... kind of some lame-ass shit, I gotta say, right? But you drop low, and then you cast this, and now you're healing a lot. You've got the damage reduction, you know. You kind of become a little unkillable. Helps your team, too. But only for as long as they're in the arena. If they leave, then you can see that they actually lose the buff. Right? If I put this on them, like, he's got a buff, and then leaves it, and then no longer has the buff. Which kind of makes sense. Right? But that's just something to keep in mind there. So, he's gonna be an Initiator, a Sona, Blink... Blink Q is very powerful. Blink W is very powerful. He's just kind of really tanky. I'm gonna play him mid. I don't know where you're gonna play him. I can see him played as a support, to be honest. He doesn't need a lot of items. Like, I think this is probably mostly gonna be a support hero. Right? Like, you max out Q. You get a point into E, which is gonna be pretty solid already. And then just kind of Arena of Blood. All you need is... all you need in terms of items is really a Blink Dagger with the hero, and you're fine. He can gank pretty well because this shit has forever range, right? Like, let's say I'm like over here and I'm like, oh, hey, there's a guy. Boom! Got him, right? Actually, like, ideally I want to be close and throw him into a tree, but then he's stunned forever, right? Like, that's pretty powerful. But yeah, I think he is also meant to be potentially played as a core because this is a critical strike, right? He's got damage talents as well. So I think the idea is that he could also be played as a physical DPS. I don't know if that's necessarily what I would want to do with him, but that's something you can do with him. Can you Q and use the ultimate as the enemy is flying and still trigger the Q stun? Interesting question. Let's try it. So the idea is that if I use my ultimate, and this right here, then, aha, right? And they can also walk up and down cliffs like this. So flying movement kind of negates that. But what if I, as this boy now, throw this, and that still stuns, so that still works. How does it work with the ultimate? That is gonna be the question, isn't it? So ultimate and throw them. The ultimate doesn't work. So normal cliff works, but the ultimate doesn't. Weird, but I guess that's how it is. How does it work specifically with Batrider? Doesn't this Firefly cut down trees? Okay, it still works with Batrider. Okay, so that's kind of a little bit odd. But, yeah, so it doesn't work with the ultimate, but it works with cliffs. Fun. Does the Q work with stairs? No, stairs are on a cliff. Yeah. Did you test hitting monkey in a tree? No, I have not. That actually sounds kind of funny. Monkey, enemy. Alright. Where you at? There you go. Took your time with that one. Alright, up in the tree you go. What happens? Oh! If you hit a Monkey King, they always get stunned out of it. So that's cool. So that works pretty well. And yeah, I guess that's pretty much it. We'll see how the hero performs in game. I mean, I'm gonna go ahead and like actually set up some games now. We're gonna go ahead and play a little bit. Play Keeper of the Light. I don't know what you guys want to do with Keeper of the Light. Like, you guys want to use the Keeper of the Light ultimate to pull people into the queue? Into the ultimate? That's, I don't know, that seems kind of like, eh. Alright. Try Troll's attack switch mid-air. Okay, you know what? You know what? I'm actually gonna give you that one. That one is actually, yeah. You know what? That one actually sounds. I'm thinking that one. I definitely want to try the. Okay. No, that sounds kind of awesome. All right. Okay, so create hero, troll enemy. So we've got our troll warlord here, right? This is ranged, and this is getting blocked. Right? But if I now attack and I switch mid-air, I need a dragon lance for this. Give bots item dragon. Oh, that doesn't work. Give bots item dragon lance. There we go. Alright, so we have this. I mean, it's gonna be very hard to actually get any use out of this, but it's gonna be kind of funny. So you attack. Can I switch quickly enough? I don't think you can switch quickly enough. Either that or it just doesn't work. No, I don't think that works. Oh, well. So yeah, that's Mars. Anyway, that's enough for the analysis. Now we're gonna go ahead and get to playing, right? I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.